Yeah. Give me another one. A boy named Sue. Thank you, Lord. I know my wife brung it, but God works through us, don't he? I have a friend who's an attorney, and his wife is an attorney, and they just had a baby daughter. You know what they named her? Sue. That's right. Live outside Sioux City someplace, I suppose. Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave nothing for Ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing he ever did was before he split, he went and named me Sue. Yeah, he must have thought it was quite a joke, and it got a lot of laughs from a lot of folk. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some girl would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue, is it? Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made a vow to the moon and stars I'd search them honky-tonks and bars, and I'd kill that man that give me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July. I just hit town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. There at an old saloon on a street of mud, honey, there at a table dealing stud, sat the mangy dog that named me Sue. Yeah, I knew that tramp was my own sweet dad from a wore-out old picture my mother had. I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. Well, he was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him, y'all, my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you fixing to die." That's what I told him. Yeah, you right, I told him. Well, I prayed over him, a little bit, and I said, "What a friend we have in Jesus, all things to him in prayer." I prayed over him, and then I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. And I crashed a chair right across his teeth, and we fell through the wall and out into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell y'all that I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss, and he went for his coat, but I pulled mine first, and he stood there looking at me, and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough. Man's gonna make it. He's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's that name that's helped to make you strong. Now you just fought one heck of a fight, and I know you hate me, son. You got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your gut and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the dirty that named you Sue. Hey, what could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him Pa and he called me son, and I walked away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I believe I'm gonna name him Bill or George, anything but Sue. Still hate that name. What kind of things that to do to a boy? If you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue about Peggy. My Peggy Sue. Well, I love you, gal. I want you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal. I want you, Peggy Sue. I love you, Peggy Sue, with a love so rare and true. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Well, I love you, gal. I want you, Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue.